dlaczego środka usiadła tam? Ale przy Wido. Oj, to niedobrze. Tu jest więcej widać. Dziewczyny za sterem.
Okay guys, welcome on board. Good afternoon. Hopefully everyone's excited for the harbor tour today. Just a few quick introductions. My name's Caroline. I'll be your first mate tour guide today. Beside me here, Captain Amanda. The boat itself is called the Miss Kim Simpson, fully licensed and certified by Transport Canada. Legally, I just need to let you know that at the back of the boat there are life jackets and emergency life rings. Up on the roof, an emergency life raft, none of which have been used before, so don't panic. Yeah, that's it for introductions. Welcome on board. Any questions before we begin the tour? No? If you think of anything at all throughout the next hour, please just keep it to yourself. It's been a long day. That was a joke, guys. If I was being serious, we would be off to a very bad start. If you think of any questions, please do let me know. Happy to help you out with that. For now, though, then we can begin. Welcome to the Harbourfront. As you can see, and maybe you've already explored a little bit, the Harbourfront today is a very nice part of our city. When you look back historically, however, things were very different. Toronto being a big industrial port city, there were lots of factories here, it was polluted, industrial. It was like that until the middle of the 1970s. That's when you saw our government step in, beginning to transform the area into what it is today. A lot of the buildings that you can see along the harbourfront today, however, are old industrial relics which have just been repurposed. A great example of this is here on the right, this red brick building there. It's called the power plant. Take a good look at it. Can anyone tell me what they think this building used to function as historically? It was a power plant. Yeah, the clue. Yeah, it was an actual power plant. A coal burning power plant. Good guess though, close enough. Pretty much the same thing. It operated as a coal burning power plant until 1980. Today it's a modern contemporary art gallery, free to explore. Not open Mondays though, but tomorrow. The Harbourfront Centre, this building and stage area, this is the cultural hub of the waterfront. You might have noticed, Toronto's a very multicultural city, one of the world's most multicultural cities, with over 180 different languages spoken. More than half our population not even born within the country of Canada. They celebrate that diversity down here at the Harbourfront Centre throughout the summer months with different cultural festivals, ranging from Ethiopian festivals to Caribbean festivals, Mexican festivals, Jewish festivals, Southeast Asian festivals. Can't forget those vegetarians either. There's a vegetarian festival that takes place there. Beside that is the White Footbridge, called the Amsterdam Canal Bridge. It got that name because it was given to our city by the city of Amsterdam in thanks for harboring the Dutch royal family here in Canada during their exile in World War II. That bridge leads you over to the Amsterdam Brew House. Completely unrelated, this bar was not also given to us by the city of Amsterdam. This is a local brewery though. Great spot to go if you're looking for a bite to eat after the tour. 4 waterfront patios make it a lovely spot to sit out and enjoy the sunshine as well. And they do have about 35 different beers for you to try. Please don't try all 35 though. Wouldn't recommend it, especially as the police station is located right next door. That green building to the left, home to our Metro Marine Police. If you're wondering where the Coast Guard is, you won't see them here in the harbor very often. That's because Canada has the world's longest accumulated coastline, placing our closest Coast Guard about 3 hours from here. So obviously that's not going to be helpful should we need assistance. So instead we train our city police, give them boats, and they patrol the harbor for us. Nothing at all like that TV show Baywatch. No bikini-clad police officers running about in slow motion down here. Beside the police station, you can see the 3 flags flying, the top flag being that of Canada, the bottom right-hand one is for Ontario, and the blue one is for the City of Toronto. The CN Tower, just behind that, I will talk about a little bit later on. For now, though, the Rogers Centre, there it is, in all its glory. The Rogers Centre used to be called something else. What was it called? The Sky Dome. Very good, guys. That name makes a lot more sense, especially as if you look at the building, it's shaped like a dome. And for those of you who don't know, the dome does open up to the sky. Built in 1989, this was the world's first stadium with a fully retractable roof. To open, it takes just 20 minutes, costing only $12 in electricity. Pretty efficient. The roof is the white section, so up top you've got 4 panels, 3 of them slide around and then they just stack right on top of one another. If you're wondering about the name change, that happened in 2005 and the building was purchased by Ted Rogers of Rogers Telecommunications. He bought the building for a mere $25 million. Not really very much, considering it cost about $600 million to build back in 1989. Meaning he paid really only about 4% of that initial cost. The Rogers Centre is the largest sports facility that we have here in the city, now only home to one of our sports teams, our Major League Baseball team, the Toronto Blue Jays. Go Jays. They need our support. There was a game yesterday. I'm not sure when the next game is, but you can keep your eyes peeled. You might be in town long enough to see them play. Other things happen at the Rogers Centre as well, though. We've got concerts, conventions, monster truck rallies, UFC events. The one event to draw the largest crowd, over 68,000 people packed into that stadium for WrestleMania 18. Hulk Hogan lost. Also unsuccessful when he played in WrestleMania 6, our second highest attendance event. Third highest record attendance event was for the Justin Bieber concert, so really just as bad all around. Please don't tell anyone.
Everything also went to WrestleMania X8.
Pardon?
They keep it WrestleMania X8.
X8?
Yeah. They didn't call it X8.
It was like 2002 and 2000 and... Oh, and...
6 was 1990.
Yeah, so 2002 and 1990 were the 2 years of the WrestleMania. One of 2 international airports that can be found within the city of Toronto. The other one you might be more familiar with, of course, a little bit larger, is Pearson International. This airport, though, here much more convenient for its location, located just a few minutes away from our financial center. Pearson can take you well over an hour to get to in traffic. Here it's just a 90-second ferry ride from the city. As of last year, you can also take the pedestrian tunnel, which just takes you about 10 minutes to walk out there, taking you 6 stories beneath the water level. 2 commercial airlines fly from this airport, Air Canada Express and Porter Airways, serving over 23 different destinations. Unfortunately though, not going to be flying to India, most of the flights being domestic. Although you can reach cities in the United States, like New York, Chicago, Washington, Pittsburgh, even down south to Myrtle Beach. You can see one of those commercial planes just landing on the other side of the airport there. That is the largest aircraft flying from here, holding only 70 passengers. They are all propeller-based aircraft. That's because of the noise restrictions in effect here. This airport operates under the strictest noise restrictions of any airport in North America. No flights allowed to land after 11 p.m. Should a flight do so, will face a $10,000 commercial fine. If you yourselves want to become a pilot, this is the spot for you. Come out here, take some lessons. There are a number of flight training schools located on the island airport. This airport was built back before the Second World War. Initially, it was deemed to be Toronto's main airport. In the end, however, Pearson took that lead, with this airport here becoming of a more military nature, particularly important for training Norwegian fighter pilots during the Second World War. The island airport is a man-made island. As for that matter, in the first several blocks of our city, all the way back to Front Street. That's where the natural shoreline lies. The rest of the island, though, ahead of us and here on your left, there's about 15 altogether. These ones all naturally formed. They're just large sandbars formed from the erosion of the Scarborough Bluffs. At one point in time, the islands were connected to the city, but they separated during a storm back in the 1850s. Today, in order to visit the islands, you do need to take a boat. You can do so all year round, even in the wintertime when this water turns to ice. Now, this past winter it didn't really freeze, but a few winters ago, -40, there was almost a foot of ice frozen throughout the harbor. You can hop on board the Jeziora, our ice-breaking ferry, which you can see here on the right, and that boat just crushes through the ice, bringing you out to the island. What you might be wondering, of course, is why would you want to visit the island in -40-degree weather? Well, we do have about 700 people that live here on the island year-round, so they need to be able to get back and forth each and every day. Different sort of lifestyle out here. No doctors, no dentists, no grocery stores. There is a school, but just for grades 1 to 6. No matter your age, you have a curfew. Because the last public ferry leaves mainland to bring you home at 11 p.m. each and every night. And to top it all off, even if you have a car, you're going to be leaving that in the city, as these islands are North America's largest car-free community. No personal vehicles allowed out here at all. That being said, they say it takes about 20 years to get a house out here on the island, so the demand is pretty high. If you're looking to move out here, you better get your name on the list today.